Hey, what's happening? Happy Wednesday. It's Daryl here. I'm so tempted to say it's bright and early, but it's not. It's 3 p.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I'm so used to doing those videos in the morning. Let me tell you this. I didn't realize, I rewatched some of my morning videos. I didn't realize how much coffee I drink in the morning. Oh my God. I talk so fast in some of my morning videos. I can't even understand what I'm saying. I went on an app, right? Just because I wanted to reverse. I see my sweatshirt had backwards lettering. I'm sure you all noticed that. And I wanted to reverse it. So I was on one of these video apps. And I went to the control where I could speed the video up or slow it down. And I slowed down my video. And it almost sounded like I was talking normal. I talk so fast. It's caffeine, the addictive personality. And from being from the metropolitan area up here, I think we're all set on high speed. All right, let's get into this. This video is going to be about masks. The horror. Don't turn the channel yet. It's actually going to be about double masking. Oh my God. If Tucker Carlson will hear this, he's going to think I'm such a wuss. I'll deal with Tucker Carlson in a second. Okay, let me say this first of all. In all seriousness, me personally, I've been vaccinated. I've had my booster just about 3 weeks ago. And lately, this is what the video is about. I've been double masking, and I'm going to tell you why. And it's not why you think. It has nothing to do with politics. This is just my personal thoughts. And I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not, this is it's a good idea, to stop this thing from continually mutating. I'm already starting to hear about Omicron, is that it? Changing into metamorphosing or whatever into the next variant. So in order to stop this, we really need to all jump on the bandwagon, but I'm not gonna harp on that. Okay. The numbers lately have been insane. I think the United States on world meters has said we hit 700,000 new cases in one day. 700. I've lost track, to be honest. It hit 500,000 cases in one day. Here in Connecticut, we're up to 20,000 new cases a day. What was it? It was 85 deaths yesterday in Connecticut, and we're a small state. Okay. So I've been double masking lately. Some of my family was kind enough to share some of these, what are they called? N95 masks, the really good ones. So I'm going to tell you why I'm double masking in a sec. But check this out. You guys can make fun of me for this. I'm so vain. I've really grown accustomed to my black mask because it matches. I usually wear all black. Go figure. I don't know why. And I want to match. So I'll wear the top mask and then I'll wear the second mask. But part of it is because I don't want to get sick. Has nothing to do with politics. Now, let me share this with you. Okay. As you all know, I've told you guys over and over again, I was a full-blown heroin junkie crackhead. Full-blown, using that stuff every single day, all my money, lost everything, my job after job, all my possessions, my family, everything. For over 2 decades, I was using this stuff. Nothing to be proud of, but I'm just setting this up. Now, when you use opiates, you get what they call dope sick. And I can't even begin to describe to you guys, if you guys have never been through it, it's way, people say, oh, it's like 100 times worse than the flu and getting hit by a truck. Man, that doesn't even come close to telling you what it's like to be dope sick. And this happens almost every day. If you have to start getting a fix. As sick every 6 or 8 hours. So it becomes a full-time obsession. But getting sick is horrible. And my whole life back then would go, I'd get some money, I'd lie, pawn, fool people, pawn stuff, and I'd have money for a day or two, go on a binge, and then I'd get sick for a day or two until I could do it again. So out of an average 7-day week, I was sick at least twice a week, I'd say at least. And I can't even tell you, laying in bed, you can't walk, you can't nausea, diarrhea, bizarre thoughts, not even 30 seconds of sleep for days. You cannot, and then you get the restless legs and restless arms. It is pure torture. Okay. So a lot of people on the right talk about natural immunity. And like it's a good idea. We'll all get sick. The Omicron just gets people a little sick, even though Connecticut's still got a death rate of it over 80 or 90. Tell that to 80 or 90 people that passed away yesterday here in Connecticut. I won't even bring up my ex-girlfriend. I've got enough evidence to talk about without even bringing that up. And not to mention, I could put links down below to. They're still finding out about the long-term effects of this stuff, how it stays in the body, how it could scar the kidneys, scar the lungs. But this is the thing. I started thinking about just getting a little sick. Like, I don't even want to get just a little sick. They describe it like a bad case of the flu or something. Now, even a mild case of the flu, you're laid up for 2 or 3 days. All right. And this is why I do not want to get sick. I'll do everything in my power. I'll wear 2 masks. I'll get vaccinated. I'll get booster. I don't want to get sick because I love my life now and I love what I do. I have a routine, as you guys know. I wake up at 2:30 every single morning. I don't set an alarm clock. I just wake up swear to God, every morning. I don't even have an alarm clock. I do the same 4-hour routine. I walk 4 miles around town. I do 4 miles on a treadmill, 2 hours of weights, sit-ups, push-ups. And this has helped keep me clean. I used to weigh 277 pounds. When I first got clean, I gained a lot of weight back in around 2007. And I focused all that addictive energy into exercise. And then I focused it into art. And I discovered if I use all this willpower and motivation that I had, that I was using for bad things, if I used it for good things, I could get amazing stuff accomplished. All right, that brings us to the present. I could almost say call it a fear. I can't imagine getting sick and laying in bed for 2, 3, 4 days. That to me, it's so much. It takes me back to, who knows, it might even be a trigger. It would take me back to the days when I was of getting dope sick, of just laying in bed, not being able to go to getting up to go to the bathroom is a mission, the nausea and everything. It puts a fear in me. I do not want to feel like that ever again in my life because it reminds me so much of what I had to deal with every other couple days when I was using. Also, I love my life now. I do, honestly. And if I go a day or two, it's like adrenaline for me. It makes me happy, truly happy. To work out every day. I feel good. I feel energized. To work on my art, my art puts me in a zone. The time just flies by where I create and stuff. I love doing this. And the thought of getting sick and not being able to do this for even just 2 or 3 or 4 days is scary. It's terrifying to me, honestly. I do not want that to happen. If that means wearing a mask, wearing 2 masks, I'll do it. I'll gladly do it. How much of an imposition is this? All right. So now let me take this to lately. The first time I wore 2 masks, I was going into a grocery store near here, and I wasn't sure at first. I pulled up next to a truck, and I noticed the guy was sitting in the truck. I don't know if he was waiting for his wife or whatever. No mask on, windows down, and he had that. I know I stereotype, and I hate to do that. The goatee. It was a big truck. You kind of get a vibe, and he's staring. He looks angry. So I pull up next to him, and I forgot to bring my mask. So I was searching through my car for extra masks, and I tried one on, tried another one on. I think I think he was watching. So I get out. I find one that fits. I get out. Just as I'm walking in front of his truck, he's pointed facing out. I was pointed facing in. You could tell when somebody's facing you, even if you're not looking at them, you could hear the voice. You can hear the direction of their voice. You know they're facing you. And I hear this. I think I could swear I actually heard spittle hit the car next to me, the next car over from his truck. I swear to God, I think I heard phlegm or spit. I know it's disgusting, but seriously. So this guy had his window down. Now it's 10, 15, 20 degrees here in Connecticut. He's got his window all the way down. He's facing me, coughing. Now, maybe this could have been, maybe he was just coughing. I told myself in my head, I'm not going to look at this guy. I'm not, right off the bat, I'm like, this guy's doing this on purpose, coughing in my direction. I'm wearing a mask, just why would somebody go out of their way to do this? I have no idea. I see him running long on time. I got to speed this up. So, all right. Then just yesterday, I go to Walmart, and like I said, maybe I'm a little hyper vigilant or hypersensitive, but there's at least 2 times I walked past like this woman that looked angry. She wasn't wearing a mask, and I could see her staring at me. And I hear her, she's all by herself, walking by herself, and I hear her grumble something. I don't know what it was as she walked by one direction. Then I was at the Stop and Shop again yesterday, and the guy next to me, I'm checking myself out in the self-checkout area, and I could see him next to me, not wearing a mask. And I could see him looking at me, and I can control my temper, but I used to have a really bad temper, so I'm just trying to stay in my own zone. And I see him kind of look at me, and he throws his food down on where you're supposed to put your food, that weighs the food. Nobody it weighs the food. You're not really supposed to throw your food down. And he's slamming his food down, looking at me, slamming his food down. I swear to God, I started smiling underneath the mask. He couldn't see it. Now, this could all be in my imagination, but I don't think so. Call it just a fringe benefit of ticking off people. I have no idea why somebody else would get angry because I'm wearing 2 masks. One last thing. Tucker Carlson's been talks all the time about losing manliness, and how the left men aren't men anymore, and anybody who wears a mask isn't manly. And then I'll put the link down below. He was sitting and talking with an English guy about Boris Johnson. And Boris Johnson had gotten COVID not too long ago. And Tucker Carlson says, isn't it true that sometimes after you have COVID, you lose your manliness? You're not the same person. I'll put the link down below. So basically, Tucker Carlson is awfully concerned. Methinks thou dost protest too much, if you know Shakespeare. He's saying that you're less manly if you wear a mask and try not to get COVID. And if you do get COVID, you're less manly. I wonder what that makes Trump. I think Tucker Carlson's got some issues. All right, I'm running long. You guys have a great Wednesday. I'll be back later with another video.